gender, religion, caste. In India, the present day scenario running around these things, gender, religion and caste. You all know what is meant by gender. Yes, male and female. Religions, we have the major religions in India are Hindu, Muslim, Christians, Jains, etc. Caste in India, we have many caste systems too, like Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, etc. Let us learn today how gender and politics, religion and politics, caste and politics playing a major role in our country, India. What are the advantages and disadvantages? Who is getting more benefited and how? Everything we are going to learn from today's topic. Before going into the topic, let me overview the chapter. We look at three kinds of social differences that can take the form of social divisions and inequalities. The social differences are based on gender, religion and caste. How the social differences playing a major role in our democratic country India? This topic is covered with the concept of gender and politics, sexual division of labor, rise of feminism, women political representation, religion, communalism and politics, communalism, caste and politics. Today, we are going to learn only the four concepts, that is gender and politics, sexual division of labor, rise of feminism, women and political representation. The male and female, they are two different biological divisions living on the earth, giving more importance for boys and very less importance for girls, seeing in our day-to-day life. There are many fields in which women are discriminated against in India. So the recent movie also I watched, right? I don't know the movie name. Here the girl, the state level player, she used to play well. She used to get many rewards and awards before getting married. After getting married, she is not allowed to participate in the games because she got married. So some of the families, the restriction will be more. Gender division is a form of hierarchical social division to be considered as natural and unchangeable. Yes, by birth it's happening. We cannot change it. It is not based on biological but social expectation and stereotypes. Stereotypes, I can give an example of tall people are good at basketball. Some predictions. That is called as stereotypes. Boys and girls are brought up to believe that the main responsibility of women is housework. Yes, they fit for housework and bringing up the children. In most families, women do all work inside the home. Yes, your mother's also doing right, cooking, cleaning. Yeah, most of the women, they'll be busy in the household works. Cooking, cleaning, washing, clothes, looking after the children. So many works they are doing it. And men do all the work outside the home. It's not that men cannot do household. When these jobs are paid for, men are ready to take up these works. I can give the example of tailoring, cooking. Most of the hotels, you have seen men are cooking. Yeah, chefs are making a very delicious and variety of dishes, that too in a very tasty manner compared to women's. Similarly, it is not that women do not work outside their home. In villages, women fetching water, collecting fuels, working in the field also, agricultural land. In urban areas, poor women work as domestic helpers in middle class homes like a maid or servant. While middle class women is also working in the offices, going out and working. Sexual division of labor. What is meant by sexual division of labor? A system in which all work inside the home is either done by the women of the family or organized by them through the domestic helpers. Though women are started to work in rural as well as urban areas, villages and city side, their work is not appreciated and valued. Due to this division, women's role in public life, especially in politics, also is very minimum. Earlier, only men were allowed to participate in public affairs, vote and contest for public offices also. Gradually, the gender issue was raised in politics. Women face a lot of disadvantages, discrimination and oppression in many various ways. In our country, India, women still lag much behind men despite some improvement since independence. India is a still male-dominated society. That is called as a patriarchal society. Patriarchal society is nothing but male-dominated society. We will see what disadvantages do women face in India. First, let me take education sector. The literacy rate among women is only 54% when you compared with 76% among men. Only a very smaller proportion of girl students go for higher studies or higher education. In olden days, many of them won't send the daughter for schooling itself. Especially they want to make the boy to lead a comfortable life compared to women's. They will be spending much money for boy child. They are not showing much interest for girls. See the education rate itself, the literacy rate itself for women is only 54% compared to men. Men literacy rate is 76%. Because parents prefer to spend much money to boys' education rather than spending money for girls. Scandinavian countries is nothing but Northern European region, such as Sweden, Norway, Finland. The participation of women's role in politics as well as public life is very high when you compare to other countries. An average Indian woman works 1 hour more than an average man every day. Men get paid for the work, but women are not paid for the domestic work. So much of our work is not paid and therefore often not valued. So the proportion of women along the highly paid and valued job is still very, very small. Second thing is the Equal Remuneration Act passed in the year of 1976. Provides equal wages should be paid to equal work. Is it happening now? Almost all areas of work, from sports and cinema to factories and fields, women are paid less than men, even when both do exactly the same work. Example, movies. Comparing the heroine, the hero will be getting receiving more amount. Yes. The male star, the income will be more for the heroes compared to the heroine. In any field, men will be paid more compared to women. In many parts of India, parents prefer to have sons and find ways to have the girl child aborted before she is born. You could have seen in movies, especially in village, rural areas, people prefer to have only boy child. If people comes to know by taking through scanning, immediately they will go for abortion. So the female sex ratio is very, very, very less. Sex ratio is nothing but the number of females for every 1,000 males is called a sex ratio. They don't want to give a birth to a girl child. So female child are getting aborted. Now women slowly developing among themselves like lawyers, tailors, managers, accountants, drivers, etc. There are reports of various kinds of harassments, exploitations and violence against women. Even recently a problem rising about the child abuse too. Now, both urban and rural areas are unsafe for women, particularly for girls. Even in the politics, women representation is very, very less compared to men. Rise of feminism. Women in different parts of the world organized and agitate for equal rights. There were agitations in different countries for the extension of voting rights women. Even today, few countries women not to have right to vote. You have already learnt in class 9 French Revolution chapter. In France, till 1946, the women were not given any voting rights. The basic concepts of French Revolution brought equality. Women in different parts of the world organized and agitated for equal rights. There were agitations in different countries. Number 1, the extension of voting rights to women. Yes, women are supposed to have a voting rights too. Number 2, enhancing the political and legal status of women. Improving the educational and career opportunities. More of radical women's movements aimed at equality in personal and family life as well. These movements are called feminist movement. For each and everything they have to conduct a movement and getting their rights back. Feminist is nothing but a woman or a man who believes in equal rights and opportunities for women and men. You can ask me a question. How do you say, ma'am, that women are not given equal opportunity? Certain CEOs of Pepsi, ICICI Bank, SBI directors and MDs are women. Yes, your question is absolutely correct. We are not talking about few people who are well placed and well settled women. The percentage of population of women's position is very less. Social rights for women that are equal to those of men. This includes seeking to establish equal opportunities for women in education and employment. Women in political representation. In India, the women participation in the political area is very low. The women's strength of the Lok Sabha is not even 10%. The share in state assembly is as low as 5%. The share of women in India is behind those of several developing countries of Latin America and Africa. As you compared with the African and American countries, the women's participation is very less in India, especially in political area. One probable solution to increase the women participation in the political system is to have legal laws for the minimum number of seats to be filled by the women candidates. In panchayats and municipalities, it is legally binding to fill 1/3 of seats by the women candidates. This has resulted in 10 lakh elected women representatives in the local government bodies. This is a very, very happy news. Women's organizations and activities have been demanding a similar reservation of at least 1/3 of seats in the Lok Sabha and the State Assembly for women. They want 1/3 of seats in the Lok Sabha as well as State Assembly for women. But for the past 5 decades, the bill is not approved by the Parliament. Still waiting, still pending. The bill is not at all passed, not supported for women. I hope that all of you understand the concept what I taught today. The recapitulation of the concept of today is gender and politics, sexual division of labor, rise of feminism, women political representation. Yes. Once again, I'll just recap the child sex ratio. It is referred to as the number of girl children per 1,000 boys in a given period. Define about gender division. It is a form of hierarchical social division based on biology, social expectation, and stereotypes. What is patriarchy? It is a concept which is used to refer to a system that values men more and gives them power over women. Next is feminist, a person who believes in equal rights and opportunities for all human beings. Next is stereotype, an image or idea of a particular type of a person or thing that has become a fixed through being widely held. Thank you, children. Be safe at home. Be with your family members. Follow the rules of COVID-19. Thank you.